Hey, good morning. Good morning. This is Julie. It is Saturday, September 1st. Markets are closed. Just want to go over my trading process and talk about a new market I'm going to be keeping my eye on, the natural gas market. Although the market has only been running about 50 ticks a day, um, I think it will start moving to the upside price-wise, and maybe providing us some more range expansion intraday trading opportunities, but something to definitely keep our eye on for opportunities going forward. And so let's take a look at that right now. Here we are as a monthly view of nat gas, and you can see very easily that the price between 1998 and 2018 is in the same box. So 98 to 2018, the same range. What can you say, the price for any other product? Um, it's very, very much a prime opportunity for an upside swing on this. So that's the first thing. And there's plenty of upside room to run, plenty of room. So that's another thing that we need to be looking at. So what makes me crazy bullish on nat gas? And that is because there's new markets. The outlook is very bullish. The exports are expected to triple over the next 12 months. So there's an overall new demand for our U.S. natural gas supply. So we're going to triple the exports, and they currently account for 10% of the overall demand. So by tripling it, you're going to see that demand is going to increase 3 times. So product is now going to be being shipped to the European Union, EU. So we'll be selling it to Germany and to Italy and, all those European countries. And we'll also be selling it to China. So we're going to be building export facilities, and we're going to be watching this market take off price-wise. Because when you have more demand and the same supply, price has got nowhere to run but to the upside. So that's why I'm bullish net gas. Currently, we're only running about 50 cents a day on the market, so that's not a lot to get excited about. So you're looking for 10 cent, 15 cent, 20 cent moves, basically. But so be watching this range to expand. And let's take a look at some charts and see where we are on this picture and about why I think we're at a chart position, why it's also very bullish to be looking at gas. And I'll explain my process to you again. Our process, we have a higher time frame trend, weekly, daily, 60, 15, and we try to match that with momentum on 3 time frames, 60, 15, and 3, and linear regression trend. And that linear regression trend is not your regression channel indicator. It's a linear regression indicator that I've customized. And that is across 3 time periods, as well as a range expansion opportunity. And when I have a signal to show when that's maybe moving outside of a range, that'll be also in a box. When it's outside the prior day high or low, also another signal that could be moving up and out of its range. So when all of these, are working together, then as you can see in the E-mini at the close of the day, everything was aligned. So you absolutely wanted to be long going into the close on the E-mini, and that's how that traded up. after all of the back and forth on the Canadian tariffs. But so we're going to be looking at opportunities going forward with nat gas. The first thing I notice is the LR1 is in the blue line here, and the LR4 are now positioned to go long on the weekly. You want the 4 to be above the 1, but also you want that 4 to be sloping up, not down. So when you get a trend filter, you generally want to be looking for shorts, but not when your LR4 is above your LR1. Those shorts could come in, but it's going to turn around on you. That's a bottoming pattern. So we're bottoming on the weekly. So let's see what's happening with those other time frames to see what's drawing this market up. And you can see the back and forth here as it's trying to break out on the daily, that trend filter. And where did it come back? It came back to the LR1. Imagine that. Imagine that. So it comes back to the 1, bounces up, goes to the trend filter, bounce, back and forth until it pushed out again, came back to the trend filter, down, pushed down one more time. It's going to go in for that stop run, but it held the stops. Do you see that? Those buyers defended their position, and you had your first higher low on the daily. And so now it's pushed above the 200 again. And also, what's the most important thing? The LR1 crossed above the 200. So now we have our trend filter above the 200 and our LR4 is above it. So now we're all good to go long, and we're starting at the very genesis of our sweet spot. Are the hairs sticking up on the back of your head? They should be. Y'all should be paying attention to this. This was institutional buying right there, and they're sending it up. All right. So let's look at the 60-minute, and you can see the pattern repeats. The LR1 holds the price. As far as the trend, it's now pointing up on the 60-minute, and here was your sweet spot trades. This is what we're looking for. I'd prefer to have it on the daily like that, and we just now have it on a brand new daily. So next week should be a good week, and every week going forward as this price continues to go higher and higher and higher. And like I said, hopefully that 50 cents a day range will be growing to 60, 70, 80, 90, $1 a day, as we start getting more buyers and sellers coming in here, hopefully buyers, and pushing this up and pushing this range up and out. So to trade this on a lower time frame, you can definitely put your linear regression on here. I like to do a 5-day, which you can see is also kind of flattish but moving up. If you put this on a 15-minute chart, you can put it on a 3-day. And you can see that channel is now going up. So anytime we can get price on these lower channels or on our BloodHound charts, that's where we want to be looking for entries. And here is my BloodHound chart. And you can see I have it set up where we can identify what price is actually doing to make it very easy. 60-minute chart is long. So I want to try to break that down to a 15-minute chart and time my entries. And so I can take it from the 1 to a 4 or an all. And I like to trade the all because this is the sweet spot right here. That's where I'm looking for trades. And so I definitely want to be looking for a 1 but I really want the all. So if I know where I'm going to be looking, I had the 60-minute one, so there's my 15-minute all. I can take it down to a lower time frame like my 3-minute chart, and this is the place that I want to get in. And this is where I'll be looking to try to get entries. And I can either take my triggers on the 3-minute chart itself. Each one of these bands, as soon as you get a signal, will execute an order for me in the trade platform. Or I have another chart that I use for trigger entries, and that is the high-low one that you can use to get these entries also. And so between 5:30 and 9:30 would have given me 3 really good signals. So again, it's a process. It's identifying a market, identifying that condition, weekly, daily, 60, 15, and making sure that your 60-minute, 15-minute aligns with your 3-minute chart, and then either execute on the 3-minute chart or take it down to your lower other chart and then get in on a reversal pullback. So it's all about a trading process. I've got several charts to help you make these decisions, and come see us in the trade room. This is all we are going to do day in and day out, and look for these markets and look for these opportunities as they present themselves, long or short, and just try to match when the regression and the momentum and the trend are moving together in the same direction, and then have a market, hopefully, that has more room to run and can give us a trade at that time. So thank you so much, and keep your eye on the natural gas market, because I think that you will enjoy seeing the green on your screen for nat gas. Thank you. Y'all have a good weekend. Bye-bye.